What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your marriage boot camp review, hip hop edition, episode 6. So this week's theme is sex. All right. Now remember we left off last week with dumbass Damo on FaceTime with his side piece with 50,000 cameras surrounding him, having a conversation while Mo was upstairs in the bed. So the next morning, the doctors pull him aside and they like, yo, the cameras can see everything, and we caught that conversation last night. What's that about? And the doctors had already, when they were talking amongst themselves, they were like, they only here for 10 days. He can't stop talking to his side piece for 10 days out of respect. Just like, if nothing else, just out of respect. So he gonna say that was his sister. And the doctor looked at him like, he said, but that ain't really sound like a brother-sister conversation. He said, when you were going to get off the phone, it sounded like you asked her, do you love me? He said, oh, no, I said I love you. The doctor just looked at him like. So then he's going to say, well, I tell you what. Would you be comfortable with letting Mo call that number back from your phone? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Knowing that he looked like a deer caught in the headlights. He was like, oh, shit. So they said, okay, well, before the day is over, we're going to go ahead and resolve this. And basically, you probably need to go ahead and let Lil Mo know about that, just so it won't be no problems. Okay? So he goes back upstairs. He going to tell Mo, yeah, man, they can see everything. And Mo was like, yeah, I know they can see everything, but what that mean? Like, so what? Like, they told us. Because I'm pretty certain you had to sign off on that. Like, it ain't like you didn't know it was cameras all over the place. So, the other thing that's going down is Soulja Boy comes down for breakfast and he sees Nia sitting at the table with Fizz and Tiffany. Now, mind you, Fizz and Tiffany are at the table. Soulja Boy goes off talking about she disrespected me, got him. She's sitting all in this nigga face. I come downstairs and they all in each other's face, just being disrespectful, disrespecting me. So he's going off and he leaves the table. So she comes out there because she doesn't know anything is wrong because she wasn't doing nothing wrong. She was eating breakfast. They all at the table eating cereal. Like nothing was going on. So she goes out there and was like, you're not coming in, to eat. Oh, no, she was eating nachos or something like that. Fuck you, want me coming there, you eating some damn nachos and shit, what the fuck is all that? I mean, he's going off, like, and who the fuck you messing with like that, who you talking to like that? She was like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you mad about? Fizz, Lil Fizz, that nigga, he capped, because they had to bleep out half of what he was saying. So she gets up and walks away, because I guess she was like, I'm not doing this. So as she's walking away, he's following behind her. And when she goes in the house, she lets the door close behind her. You gonna close the door in my face now? You ain't see me? She was like, I didn't know you were behind me. Oh, so you ain't know I was behind you. You ain't know I was behind you. She was like, did you see me look back? I didn't know you were behind me. I didn't know. Oh, so that's how the fuck you feel now? That's how you feel? Oh, okay. All right. That's how you feel? So they arguing, and in the midst of this argument, they call all the boot campers in for their first activity. So their first activity they're playing is basically like a Twister game where they have to sort of tell the truth, be honest about some questions they're going to ask them. And if the answer is yes, then they have to move their left hand, right hand, like a Twister situation. So Nia gets up. Soulja Boy, he's still mumbling under his breath and everything. So Nia gets up and walks off. And the doctor follows behind her. She was like, what's going on? And she was like, I don't want to do anything with him right now. And then he's also, the guy doctor, Dr. Ish, is actually talking to Soulja Boy. He was like, you and Nia just got into it? I don't know, you got to ask her. She got me fucked up. So when they go in there, they're talking to Nia, and Nia's just like, look, I don't really want to do anything with him right now. I'm just not, I'm not really feeling that, And Nia's thing is, she just over it. She was like, can I go home? Like, I'm just done with this. I'm done with it. She's like, I'm not going to keep here. I'm not going to keep sitting here and pretending like he's changing or pretending like he's doing something different than what he's doing. I'm done with it. So while this is going on, Soulja Boy comes out, and Sean is trying to talk to Soulja Boy. Sean is trying to tell him, look, it's the way you say stuff. It's not always what you say. It's the way you talk to people, and it's the way you talk to her. It's the way you say stuff to her, and you really need to check yourself. You really need to check how you carrying yourself. So he gets him to apologize to Nia, whatever, and they get Nia to come back out. But you could tell she's just really she's over it. Like, she's like, I'm tired. I'm just tired of it. So they get to playing the game. Now, the other side, now, you got Damo was being nice as hell to Lil Mo. He pouring her drinks and everything. She said, I can already tell something ain't right. Because whenever he get to acting like this, I already know something's up with him. So, okay. So the game is like, they asking questions like, if you ever cheated, move your left foot. If you ever did this, if you did that, And it's a fun game, and they're having a good time with it. They sort of getting into it and everything. And so at one point, Soulja Boy was mumbling under his breath or whatever. He's still mumbling. He's still talking shit. So he kind of came at, I want to say he said something to Sean, or was kind of talking at Sean or whatever. And Sean was like, who you talking to? Honey, Dime jumped up, and she told him point blank, she said, Soulja Boy, I will whoop your ass myself. You don't want this. You're not going to disrespect my man. You're not going to talk to him crazy. Like, I don't know who you think you are and how you used to talking to people, but you're not going to talk to him in the old kind of way. Honey, Soulja Boy was sitting there like that. Like, oh shit. And Sean kind of came at him too and was like, look, partner, I done already told you earlier today, the way you talk to people, that's you're going to have to work on how you talk to people. And the way you come at people, the way you carry yourself, that's going to be a problem. Sean ain't never come at him like he was really going to hit him or nothing like that. But Sean let him know, you ain't going to talk to me no kind of way. Like, I don't know who the fuck you used to dealing with, but you ain't going to talk to me crazy. But Soulja Boy actually gets up and actually apologizes. He tells him, look, I'm sorry. I apologize. And they dap it up and everything, because he really didn't want that smoke from Sean. Like, for real, was Dime he needed to worry about, because Dime was like, I will whoop your ass myself. Like, you ain't got to worry about Sean. I got this. You light work, So, they finish out the game and everything. So, Lil Mo actually has a conversation with one of the doctors, and basically the doctor's telling, because Mo said, she keeps saying in her confessional, I don't think Mo really gives a damn about being married to Damo anymore. Mo doesn't want another failure. She's like, this will be my third divorce, and that just don't look good on the resume. Like, I just, the fact that I can't stay married. The problem, though, Mo, is it's not so much about you not staying married. The problem is you just keep marrying the wrong people. And we get it. Like, love is love, and you think it's love, and you think it's going to be the right person, and you think it's going to last forever. Like, that's what it's about. Like, we get it. But there's nothing wrong with saying you're not the right person. Nobody should stay in a marriage that they're not happy with. But the doctors are basically talking, and she's basically telling her, I think the doctors are trying to, like, maybe let her down easy, because the doctors are basically telling her, like, look, you just don't seem happy. You seem like you really not in a happy place. Like, what's really going on? What's going on in your mind, And Mo is like letting them know, look, I'm just really trying to just process everything. Like, I really, and she's telling them, look, I'm just kind of, I just don't want another failure. I don't want to, be in another relationship that didn't work. I don't want to be that person. Yes, I love my husband, but I'm not a fool, into thinking that this is working. Like, I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I understand that this just ain't right. Something ain't right. Something don't make sense, and basically they asked her, she said, I'm just not stupid. Because they said, we overheard you earlier saying you must be hiding something from me, talking to Carl. And she said, because I'm not stupid. And she started to go further, and then she just stopped and said, I'm not stupid, And so, again, I say my observation of the situation is that she's not worried about staying married to him. I think she just doesn't want that divorce. But in her heart of heart, she know ain't this that this shit ain't right. So Soldier Boy is apologizing to Nia, and Nia is just like I said, y'all. Nia over it. Nia is like, whatever. I heard you. Like, I hear you. You've apologized before, yet you keep doing the same thing. You get mad and you do the same thing over and over again. You pop off for no reason. You disrespect me. You embarrass me, and I'm just done dealing with it. Like, I really am. So anyway, they get called into another. Oh, and then we see Mo and Carl having a conversation, and Mo was like, look, if it's something going on, she was like, I just feel like it's something going on. If it's something going on, you need to let me know now. Like, I'd rather you let me know what's up. Nah, ain't nothing going on. Nah. I'm like, this motherfucker dumb as shit. But that's how some people are. Like, they got you on tape. Even if the doctors don't make you confront Lil Mo at this moment, it's on tape. They're gonna show the shit. Like, you might as well just go on and come and come clean. But anyway, so we see them girl do another exercise, and again, this exercise again was fun. It was they had to act out sexual positions, and they came up with the weirdest names, and you had to, based on the name, you had to figure out what you thought the sexual position was. And it was fun. Again, it was good, clean fun. Like, it didn't get too raunchy. I mean, some of the sexual positions got a little extra, and I'm sure they edited some of the stuff down, but it didn't get ridiculous. And you even saw Fizz and Tiffany actually had a good day, and I don't think they had a good day because it was sex. I think they had a good day because they were actually able to really just, you didn't hear a lot of the tension. Like, they laughed, and Fizz actually gave Tiffany a little kiss at one point, and you actually saw why they actually might have been in a relationship at one point, right? And all the couples had a good time. I felt like. Now, Nia and Soldier Boy still weren't in a good place, so they didn't make them do the exercise. And of course, that pissed him off all over again, because of course he was like, I done sat here and apologized to her, and she's still embarrassing me. We couldn't even do the daggone exercise because she's still embarrassing me. She still put me out there. And they had a good conversation when it was over with Tammy. And so they asked them certain questions, and one of the things that Tammy said, I think they said, do you think you sexually satisfy your partner? And Tammy was like, I don't think I do. And they were like, well, why do you say that? She said, because he always wants to have sex. So I feel like I'm never satisfying him because he's always wants more. And he was like, nah. He was like, nah, that ain't it. And she said that, she wants to sexually explore other things. She got married at a young age, and then she's been in a relationship with him, and she wants to explore maybe some girl on girl action and some other things. And they was like, well, you have to be very careful about inviting somebody else into your bedroom. Like, that's very serious. And my thing is this: when you already dealing with somebody that got infidelity issues, the last thing you probably need to do is invite another woman into your bedroom. Like, that might just have to be a fantasy you don't live out. I mean, because see, then the next thing you know, he gonna be having sex with this chick without you around, and then it's gonna be a whole nother set of issues. So I don't know if that's the best decision, but okay, Tammy. And then we saw Jessica. She was saying that she had never had an orgasm, like a real natural orgasm, until she was with Sean. And I want to say, because if you know their story, they were together when they were younger, and then they got back together. And I really think she meant this second time around, not when they were younger. But again, an orgasm is just as much emotional as it is physical. And, when you emotionally feel like you with the right person, that definitely can add to that. So, that was, again, it was really good to see the couples laughing and again, having a good time. And even Lil Mo and Damo got into the activity because Mo don't know what's up, So, we see after the activity, I told y'all Soldier Boy was upset because he was like, she's still embarrassing me. And that's what it was. He tried to apologize. That's what it was. At the beginning of the activity, he tried to apologize to her. And she was just like, all right. And the doctors were like, Nia, do you believe him? And she didn't say anything. And the doctor was like, that's what I thought. And they were like, we're not going to make y'all do this activity because clearly y'all issues, this isn't the right activity at the right time for y'all. But like I said, Nia's, she keeps saying in her confessional, she was like, I'm not going to pretend like I think he's doing something he's not doing. He's not growing, and I'm not going to pretend like I think he is. So we have the jury of your peers, where Judge Toller, excuse me, is coming in and talking to them or whatever, and she started with Lil Mo and Damo, and she said, it's something going on there that we'll address later. But as soon as she called Mo's name, Mo started crying. Mo knows something's up. I don't know if she knows something's up, And so from there, they kind of moved on and went down the road. And they sort of stopped at Soulja Boy. And Tiffany was saying how she thinks that Soulja Boy wants to do better. He just doesn't know. Like, it takes time to change. When you used to being a certain way and handling things a certain way, it does. And she's right. It's a process. And then Jessica Dime, who was gonna whoop his ass earlier, she, was just like, he's just young and he's immature. And she said, they remind me a lot of what me and Sean were when we were younger, and you just gotta mature. You just gotta grow the fuck up, And Lynn Toller was like, I agree, she said, and the person she was punishing was Soulja Boy, and his punishment is that he got to sleep on the couch. She was like, I'm not going to force Nia to share a room with you tonight. Like, and maybe if you on the couch and maybe you have some consequence for your action, that maybe you'll think twice the next time around. So the doctors were like, look, we done gave this dude all day long to come clean and let his wife know what's up. And he ain't done it yet. So now we're going to have to do it for him. So they call Lil Mo and Damo aside, and they tell her about the conversation, and they got the pictures to show her. And as soon as Lil Mo saw a picture and saw who the woman was, she flipped the fuck out. She said, you know what? They telling the truth, because that's the same bitch. That's the same bitch that went all over social media telling me that she was sleeping with you. She was like, that's who it is, and that's where the episode ended. So, honey, they done showed us some clips from next week, and it looks like next week they gave Lil Mo them pictures, and Lil Mo is telling the whole house about what happened and how it went down. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this goes, because the minute she started confronting him, he got so defensive, honey, and it was a mess. But again, I say, all of that could have been avoided if you would. First of all, it could have been avoided if your ass just didn't make that phone call. But second of all, it could have been avoided if you would have just come clean, because they told you what they were going to do. And he admitted that he lied. He was like, no, it's not my sister. It's not my sister. He admitted all of that. But as soon as Lil Mo saw who that was, she flipped out, which lets you know that this is a chick that's been around for a minute. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.